Hello, I'm recording the wrong screen. That ain't good. That ain't good. How do you fucking... Oops, one sec. Okay, how do we make it so it's recording the right screen? You go to video capture. No, you go to display capture. Hello, everyone. How are you? Display capture. And then display capture. You go to that. Make it one like that, and then I think I can finally say. I gotta drag this back. What's going on? Why do I have two instances of the same thing? Oh, it's okay. I know what I'm doing. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another live stream. Gonna be a really short one today, real quick one, and not a whole lot going on really, other than I'm still plugging away at that old doctor and his bees. And today I'm gonna do a really short, easy shot. Kind of going to be in and out, I think, in about 45 minutes. Probably people calling me a boomer in the chat. You guys. I actually had to explain the boomer thing today to Joyce. Like the boomer, zoomer, Gen X, Gen Y stuff. I'm a millennial. I'm like smack bang in the middle of being a millennial. But yeah, I'm not a boomer. But it's boomer tech. It's definitely boomer grade skills when it comes to live streaming. Anyway, back on with the show. We're going to be doing a very short shot of Omnipotron today, this character from Dr. Bees, and going to be doing it in Toon Boom, so I should probably get Toon Boom open. That would probably be a pretty good idea, actually, if I try and open up Toon Boom. Hello to everyone in the chat. We got Comic Tropes, Chris, we have Agsma, we have Gregor the Scott, we have Terranium, we have Davy88, Edie, have Hamry, we've got Turbo Toxin, hello, Para, Chimera Mations, whole lot of people, Donny Arts, Interloper, oh boy, what a lot of people. Hello to all of you. I'm going to get Toon Boom open up. It's going to take about 13 hours to load, but in the meantime, I'm going to prep my shot here. This is basically what I'm going to be tracing today, because we're taking a shot from this angle, but the character of Omnipotron in Dr. Bees is going to be doing a very rare change of expression. Not the kind of thing Dr. Bees would do, but he's more of an inhuman force of nature, just generating bees. Omnipotron has a little bit more of a personality throughout the cartoon, as it becomes readily viewable throughout the course of the cartoon, and this is something that's unrelated, so I can go back to Flash here. The Toon Boom's open, that's great. So I want to take, I don't know what mouth we want, like, let's turn off the sound. I'm thinking, let's start off with a neutral mouth. I probably had the one I needed, really. Just going to break that down, break that apart, and erase a little bit. And then what I'll do is I'll render out this image and then one just like it as a PNG, a clear PNG, so I don't have to redraw all of the lines. And then we can get to the fun job of actually animating it and getting that change of expression in there. I'm not going to finish everything off today. I'm probably going to send it out to be in between and colored by my assistant Yak. But I'm going to kind of do the creative part of the work and get that out of the way. So let's actually go and do that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go do that offline or on while the music is playing. Give me like 2 seconds to do this, okay? All right, back in a sec. Alright, thank you so much for your patience. I am sorry about that. I should not have done that on the live stream. I wanted to kind of move the 2 files we exported from Flash into Toon Boom, and I didn't want you seeing all my messy desktop stuff, and possibly files, spoilerific files, or stuff like that, so I wanted to go offline briefly while doing that. I should have done this before the stream, but I got started really late today, and it was really only about 10 minutes before the designated time of the stream that I thought, yeah, I haven't got enough time to get things ready, so that's why we had the boomerific start to the whole affair. But now we're back, and we've got our line art, and we've got our image to trace. And the reason I wanted that image in there is so that I can kind of copy some of the shading we've got going on. Let me see. Okie dokie. So this line art layer, I want to turn it into vector art because it's currently pixel PNG art. Like that. Okay, there we have it. So this is our character Omnipotron, and there's a line in the cartoon where he is congratulated by Dr. Bees for doing something good. And Omnipotron is a very cold, calculating character. He's not really emotional on any level. But then you see a kind of a moment where that emotion leaks out temporarily, and you see that he actually does have emotions. And it's kind of a tender, soft moment. It's like a father-son moment between Omnipotron and Dr. Bees. So I'm definitely going to kind of try and get some of that. People are saying the microphone is too low. Let me try and fix that. Okay, I can just turn it up a little bit. So I can't really get it any closer, but I can definitely turn it up. How's that, guys? Is that better on the microphone? Let me know if the mic is okay. And hopefully that is a bit better. Or I can just turn the music down. That's weird. This is the same volume I normally have it at, so I don't know why it's so quiet. Man, what a crappy stream so far. What a terrible stream. I don't know why, like the settings are exactly what they would be normally at. Bowser the Dog says, isn't he a Dr. Manhattan character? He's definitely a Dr. Manhattan parody / reference. Yeah, 100%. That's actually, I tried to do everything I could to make him not look like Dr. Manhattan once I realized how close they were. A bit more? People are saying it needs to be even louder. Man, what a mangled stream. So the microphone is at 85% right now. Do I just have to turn it up to 100%? It's never usually that loud. It's usually at 60. That's so weird to me. So the microphone right now is as loud as it can possibly go. I can't really do anything more than that. If it is too quiet, then I may have to take a look at what's going on right now, because the audio input on what do you call it? On OBS is at maximum. So yeah, all right. Weird. That's so strange to me. Okay, so we've got our character here in a kind of default expression, but the one thing that I wasn't able to copy over from Flash is the separating for the sort of shading. So we want to go to like a really skinny line there and make sure that that shading is separate here. Something like this. And hopefully that will be quick and easy. Actually, it's going to be a pain in the butt trying to draw the infinity symbol on his head, because that is just going to be a pain in the butt. There's no real way around it. It's just very fiddly. Okay, so that's that. Alrighty, so there we go. There is the shading on him. I think that's everything, and we pretty much now just need to do the color separations. How does he hear? Says Davi88. How does he hear? That's a good question. I guess he hears by just mentally tapping into vibrations in space and time. That kind of thing. I thought this was going to be much harder, but it's actually quite easy to draw that. Right, so there we go. There's the infinity symbol, pretty much drawn in. And the kind of expression that I want to go for is one of coy, kind of coy pleasure and slight embarrassment and being very pleased, very self-satisfied. So that's kind of our default expression that we've got here. And then Dr. Beast says something along the lines of, "Good job, B-Boy! You've defeated your first supervillain!" And we want B-Boy here, Omnipotron, to look really, really kind of slightly uncomfortable, but also very, very pleased. So I'm going to trace this picture, basically, and kind of recreate the face, but change the expression, and see if we can get somewhere close. So what I was thinking of is kind of the brow arching up like that, like, and maybe the eyelid going down, but the cheeks coming up, because he's going to be smiling, I'm thinking. I say he, it's supposed to be kind of a genderless creature of space and time, representing both masculine and feminine. I actually did think about giving Omnipotron boobs. I thought it would be interesting, but then I thought it would be too distracting and people would kind of laugh or like think it was supposed to be a gag. I gave Omnipotron like quite pronounced eyelashes and lips. I sort of tried to play the femininity up that way, but I thought that the boobs would be too kind of comedic. So I'm not okay. The facial features, basically like the nose and the actual shape of the head, that's all going to be exactly the same. I'm not going to do any fancy animation here. This is really just try and get the expression to change. And I'm thinking what I'll do is actually have him bite his bottom lip, which is a little bit kinky, but it also can mean I don't know if I like that. I'm definitely gonna blush the cheeks out too, but I can't really do that right now. I'm just gonna make kind of a sort of put a sign there, like a symbolize it with a little bit of hatching to kind of tell me that's something I want to do. I don't know. The low lashes look a little bit too kind of. It's a shame, right? Because if we had pupils, he would be kind of doing this. He would be like, "Hello, Dr. Bees," and then Dr. Bees would say, "Good job, B-Boy," and then it'd be like, "Oh, he likes me. I don't know what to think about that." But the pupils are not there. He has solid white eyes, so I think we want to have to represent that sort of change of expression more with just the brows. Somehow. Something like that, I'm thinking. Comic Trope says, "Harry, think of all the time you could save if you just gave your characters COVID face masks." I've thought about that, and I've wondered lately about how much that is going to enter media over the next couple of years. Like, I hope it doesn't, personally. I kind of would like my escapism to remain escapism. But it may not do. We may start to see it in a lot of places, regular movies and cartoons. Probably not for the main characters, but I can just see in the background. You just see like lots of masks going on in the background. The weird thing is, things that are slightly fantastic, like like kids' cartoons or sort of obviously fantasy movies. They may not do that. Anything that's a period piece. But you're going to see it in movies that want to have realism. It's just going to be a part of life. And anything that is trying to be set in the real world, they're going to put it in the COVID face masks you're going to see on like regular characters walking around. And I wonder if they're going to do it in the Marvel universe. And I think they won't. I think they won't for the Marvel films. And because I think it would be too much crap for them to deal with. Like, half the population dies and disappears for 5 years and then comes back from the dead. I don't think they could also handle COVID, right? That would be just too crappy. That'd be too many problems for them to deal with all at once. And so I don't think you'll see it in the Marvel universe. You won't see it in obviously like Star Wars and that kind of thing. That's never going to happen. But you probably in just generic kind of Hallmark dramas and that kind of stuff, coming of age movies set in, you know, contemporary times, you're going to see COVID face masks, and I don't want that. That's depressing as hell, man. But I feel like there's no escape from it. Alright, so I just copied and pasted the head because I'm lazy, and I'll at least move it. We're going to rotate the head later on, I think. I think that's going to be good. I've just got a big ice cube in my mouth, and it's going to make it impossible to talk. So I should probably do some work. ED says I should... Sorry about the fucking ice cube. ED says I could slightly tilt the head. I'm definitely going to do that. That was always my intention. Okay, I got the right brush. I didn't know if the brush I had was too thick or too thin. So yeah, there we go. Just a little cheeky kind of, he really likes me. Oh my gosh. That Dr. Bees. He thinks I'm okay. Let's see how that's looking. It's okay. There's a little bit too many. It's a creepy mouth. It's a creepy mouth, Harry. I don't like that. Can we go with like a less creepy mouth? It's a bit Joker. It's a bit, you know, my face on the $1 bill. So can we maybe downplay that sort of just the width of the mouth there? Okay, something like that maybe. We'll see when it all comes together. This may be too much, you know. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take down the opacity of that shading line because it's like distracting me a little bit. Something like that maybe for the time being. How are you all doing today? Hope you have had a excellent week so far. For me, it's been pretty flat note, really. Working on Dr. Bees and not happy with how long it's taken. It's now way over the mark in terms of, you know, when I wanted it to be finished by. This is kind of par for the course for me by now. We all know this. It's not good. It's not healthy to kind of just get into a habit or expect things to always turn out like that, but it certainly seems to be the way things have gone the last couple of years. I'm very optimistic about the future. I think that I'm going to be able to really start making cartoons in a whole new way soon, and implement some new disciplines to enable me to get things done faster. And it's good to remain optimistic, even if, you know, the law of averages says that stuff is going to stay the same. I don't want to settle for that. I want to make things better. So there we go. The more self-satisfied eyelids that are sort of dropping down, but hopefully don't look too sensual. Now let me see what people are saying in the chat. Dan Sills says your scene palette is called Loco Bandito. Yeah, I have a thing about like not every file, but a lot of my files have stupid names. And for a while I was naming all of my files things related to Mike Matei. It's a reference to Mike Matei, just because I usually have some of his live streams on when I work, and that's like a big mark of shame for him. It's not really me ribbing Mike Matei. I like his live streams a lot, but it just tickled me to call it that. Lisa Nani says, Harry, you got Toon Boom. Yes, Lisa, I did, and good to see you, Lisa. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. I know Lisa vaguely from Twitter. And yeah, I got Toon Boom. Actually, I've been using Toon Boom now for like 2 or 3 years. I don't use Toon Boom to do everything in my cartoons, but like the cleanup part of the animation is done using Toon Boom. So it's better than Flash, definitely, for that kind of thing. All right, let's see. And the other eyebrow coming in there like that. Oh, I thought of something we can do too. Alright, so let's get rid of our guide frame, because I feel like that is outlived its purpose? It's not wanted anymore. Alright, it's a bit weird looking. I don't like one of the eyes. Yeah, the cheek is coming up too high there. Let's get rid of that dirty old cheek. It's coming up too much there. See, I want him to look cute here, and he kind of looks grotesque. He looks gross. He's just a disgusting, two-faced half person, double person. I don't know what you would call him, but we shall try and fix that grotesqueness.
You can kind of, lessen the effects of it. May have gone too far in a few places.
Something like that. What is, yeah. So, yeah, the idea is that it's like, looking off screen, congratulated, told, "You're a good person. I love and respect you." Oh. But I don't have the pupils can communicate a lot, just for continuity's sake. A character, you can kind of tell where a character is stood, who they're listening to, what they're thinking and feeling. It's difficult to do it without that. So if I have any artists in the chat, and I mean this sincerely, and if you have some suggestions on what I could do to make the expression a little better, definitely we could give some things a try. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to start rotating the head down. This was the other thing I wanted to do. Maybe the wrinkled bottom lip is too weird. I find it kind of ugly looking. I just need to sort of simplify it like that. Yeah, that's a bit better. I prefer it like that. Just there's wrinkles, but it's not like crazy wrinkled. Yeah. The other wrinkly mouth was a bit too Abe Simpson. I feel like that's a little bit better. Hey, Comic Tropes with the super chat. Buddy, you don't need to send me a super chat, but thank you very much, Chris. I really appreciate it, dude. Lisa Nanny says, the one nemesis of all digital artists, flipping the canvas. Yeah, I'll be flipping off the canvas if this drawing doesn't go the way I want it to. Definitely the flipping the canvas tool in Toon Boom is really useful. It really helps a lot, actually. And it's a good way if you struggle with drawing, or even if you don't struggle with drawing, even if you think you're great at drawing, looking at your artwork in a mirrored format by flipping it like this. Oh, hang on, it's just getting hidden by all the windows. But yeah, like this, flipping it around can really help you see some of the shortcomings with your work, and it can help you kind of highlight if the proportions are off in a few places or whatever, whatever it is that you struggle with. So I think to also kind of increase the cuteness of the image, I'm going to actually raise up Omnipotron's shoulder placement in this frame. But I'm going to look at what you guys are saying. Edie says, yeah, maybe just a cute little smile. Less sensual, some people say. I don't mind it being a little bit sensual. I feel that's kind of the joke. See, I'm asking for advice, and now I'm getting it, and I'm thinking, maybe I like the way I drew it. Drawing some of the bottom lip as well, says Gregor. I could try that. Oh, I don't know about that with the wrinkles. No, I don't like that so much, Gregor. You're on thin ice here, buddy. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's make the line a bit thicker because I feel like that's a little bit too thin for the body. I think moving the shoulders up kind of creates that counterbalance. I actually like Gregor a lot, everyone. I'm good buddies with Gregor, so Gregor is not really on thin ice. He's my buddy. By the way, we got a lot of snow, speaking of ice, and Joyce made like a nice sculpture outside of a bear. She made kind of a snow bear, polar bear. And we've been watching him disintegrate over the week as the snow has disappeared. And it's really sad, man. It's like a pet dying almost. Like every day there's a little bit less of the snow bear. And today he's just a lump. There's really no snow left. The only reason there's any in the lump is because there was so much of it piled on top of each other. I guess it was keeping cool, but we're expecting more snow over the weekend, which is kind of fun, I guess. I do like snow. I'm in a part of the world where we don't get much of it, so it's not a horrible inconvenience to get it. It's kind of makes a nice change really to the norm. Tilt the head down and to the opposite direction like he's bashful. Yeah, it's not a bad idea, Mr. Gibbers. I've already drawn a little bit of the neck in, but I can take a look at what that may do. Nanny says biting the lips, or instead of, sorry, pursing the lips instead of biting them may be an idea. I could try that. You know, I think actually what I want to do is just have the body sort of move away a little bit. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So let's just draw, hang on, let's raise that shoulder up. How much did it raise by? By about that much, okay. And we'll get that blue back in action. And try and put like a shadow there underneath. And this is what I'm thinking. So we can start playing with it now. I'm not super precious about this. I will probably have to change some stuff that doesn't quite look right. The neck could be more kind of curved because it's not. It's still straight, but he's starting to sort of lean forward. So I'm going to just redraw that neck a little bit. That line is now too thin. Something like that. Now the neckline looks too thick. Alright, I'll leave it there. So I'm thinking we could kind of take this second frame here. Oop, hang on. And move the body back and down. And I think that's more what I wanted. Like this kind of slight moment of coyness. I still feel like the lip is a bit too extreme maybe. So I may have to work that. But I think, yeah, backing away from Dr. Bees, who he's talking to, is going to make it feel like a little bit, yeah, like, I forget who said it earlier, but a little bit more bashful in his kind of response. And then, definitely, we're not going to lose the hatching on the cheek. But I want to do that with a color. I want to make it red, because I just think that his cheeks blushing red will kind of, will be a nice difference to what we're used to seeing, which will be the kind of aqua green skin color that he's got throughout the rest of the cartoon. Davi88 says, draw the lip at the bottom. Draw the lip at the bottom. Maybe I should. A few people have suggested that now. You know, maybe that is better, actually. Maybe just having the mouth. It's a bit goofy. It's a bit high here, but like... I actually think that's better than seeing the teeth. My gosh. I was really sure that biting the bottom lip with the teeth would be better, but that's kind of... I think that's a little bit less severe. A little bit more cute. Alright, I think that's the way I'm going to go. Damn it, Davi88 and Gregor. Well, Gregor said show the lip. He didn't say get rid of the teeth. And Davi88 said draw the lip line at the bottom. He didn't say get rid of the teeth. But I think getting rid of the teeth looks better to me. I like that more. Lisa agrees. That's good enough for me. Hello, Delaxia. Hope you're doing well. I don't think I've said hi to you yet. Delaxia says, you put the color separation on a separate layer or the same one. I actually think it's more useful to do it on the same one. It makes it easier for in-betweening. So cool. Okay, I want to just draw this little wrinkle in here, like that. Okay, that's, and then we'll just slightly tuck it up a little bit. Okay, all right, we're gonna get rid of the cheeks less mess because we don't want that. We're gonna do that later on with the coloring, and I'm gonna move the collarbone up just a touch there. I don't know why. And let's see. So basically, that's the shot, right? We've only been streaming for what? I don't know, 20 minutes or so. But it says about half an hour. So yeah, a real short stream. But we had a late start. I was really clumsy there. Now I'm not gonna be done yet because I'm gonna hand this off to my animator friend Yap, who is my assistant on this cartoon. He's done a lot of animation, really helped out in a big way. But I really want to kind of give him a little bit more help than just giving him 2 frames and saying in between it. I think he could do that. He'd probably make it work really nicely, but this is frame 1, and this is frame, well, it's not going to be frame 2 in the shot, but this is like the last frame. This is obviously frame 2 right now, but we're going to pad it out and draw a few more frames. What I'm thinking of is doing a breakdown, kind of. I think it's a breakdown. It's basically where one position passes into another position, but you do it in an interesting way. And I'm thinking about having the eyes blink, basically, during the transition. And I want to give that to Yap so that he has kind of an idea of what we're going for. So basically, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna copy and paste the head again, like a real lazy boy, and the recliner, and just basically change the expression. So there we go. We'll get rid of the neck. We don't want to draw that bit again. We'll have to draw that new. So everything but the eyes and the mouth is going to stay. Get rid of all that junk. And I'm going to have to erase that brow by hand because it's all compressed into one. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it. It's really dopey and it's really silly. But I'm going to have the head on the back of the face on the back of the head blink too. That's just funny to me because it's weird that would even happen. But it's a couple of shots where he doesn't do that, and I feel like I kind of regret that we didn't do that. So let me erase this, and I'll see what you guys are saying. But right now I'm working on the breakdown position, sort of between the two extremes, so that when we just go ahead and in between it, it doesn't look too mindless. FunCube says, I just got here. Can someone confirm that this is Dr. Bees? This is indeed the Dr. Bees cartoon, but I'm not done with it yet. This character is not Dr. Bees. Lisa says, being an animation assistant used to stress me out because you're handed really well-drawn keyframes to work off, but have to stay on model as much as possible. Yeah, I mean, that's a real big challenge. And also, it isn't just about being well-drawn. There is an element of... you know, stylistic kind of copying that you have to do, where you look at someone's work, and if you draw hands with round ends and someone else draws or fingers with round ends and someone else draws fingers with flat square ends, there's not an issue of, you know, ability there. It's just a style thing. But if if they've drawn them with round ends and you draw them square or whatever, then that obviously is not going to look very good when you animate the shot. So you have to really match the way that somebody draws everything. Like, we've had some stuff, Yap has animated some stuff for me that is technically fine, it's technically perfect, but like he draws, okay, let me just show you something. I'll draw Kilgar's nipples like this. I'll put too much effort in and I'll do a little thing like that, like with it's like big and then a little one inside. And now Yap can draw Kilgar totally fine, there's no issue there, but sometimes his Kilgar nipples are just like this, like that, like a little kind of, and then he fills, he colors it in so that it's closed up. But I looked at that and I was like, that's too that's maybe less distracting, but no, I need a big chunky closed nipple. So gonna go in and probably change some nipples around. Out of context, that does sound a bit obscure. Alright, let's change that expression. So we're gonna have the eyebrows kind of drop before they raise up. And that, no, maybe not. That. Okay, that's good. Just want the lashes to kind of drag a little bit like he's blinking. And there we have it. Something like that. Boop, like that. And I think the mouth is going to purse a little bit. It's going to close. But that's just so that it has sort of, it kind of contracts before it spreads up. So I'm actually going to have the corners of the mouth droop down, I think. so that we get that sort of inverse action as it pulls back. I don't know what I'm saying. Why am I saying things like inverse action? That's not. It's not that technical. I'm just trying to fill the air with something. Okay. Alright, and I'm just gonna see, it's more the spacing of where the head is, so I think having the head go further down than the final position is going to be the key. Something like that. That's not quite right still. The eyebrows, I don't like what they're doing, but we'll fix that in a minute. So something like, let's get it to play back really slowly, just kind of a hang on. That sort of thing, like little happy So it's a little lazy that I didn't actually redraw the head. Maybe that would have it might have benefited from a redraw, and I think the head needs to be a little bit forward there, something like that. Maybe not, maybe it just needs to be more rotated. I don't know. I think I'm going to move the face, the expression, just sort of down a little bit, and no, I don't like that either. I want the chin to feel a bit smaller. I think I put the mouth in the right place, but chin feels a bit beefy. Let's move that down a bit too. So I'm just going to have a little bit less chin going on here. I think the handsome Squidward comments are going to come in thick and fast. There's nothing I can do about it. All right. So I'm going to probably going to try and favor the first position of the body as the head drops down, something like that. We'll see how this looks when I'm done. Normally an animator would do roughs and then take a look later on after the roughs have done and then ink it, but I'm sort of flying by the seat of my pants today because I wanted to give something Yap to work on tomorrow while I am doing voice acting. I have more voice acting to do, which is not really my favorite thing in the world to do, but by gum I don't want to give it to somebody else because they'll demand payment. No, I like doing the voices. It's just not, it's like animating, you know. I like having done it, but I don't like doing it. Neck a little bit. Oh boy. Hopefully this is good. I don't know if it is or not. Poor old Yap. He's gonna have to do, because I want this to be like a slow, graceful movement. It's going to be a pain in the butt to animate, I know that much. And that line there, I don't want that to stick out quite so much. Let's take a look at this. I think this shoulder should be coming up a little bit more here. So that's that kind of, it's not that kind of timing really. It's going to be a lot more graceful than that. But let's take a look. And I'll see what you guys are saying. So something like this. Okay, then obviously the brows need to come alive because they're not doing anything right now. I will come back to that in a second. I feel I've been ignoring the chat a little bit, so let me see what is being talked about and how you guys are probably backseat animating again, telling me what to erase and undo. Geranium says, I love doing voice acting. I just haven't got to do it a lot last year. Nanny says, VA work is crucial in animation, but a pain when scouting the right voices, especially when you can't do it yourself. Yeah, and actually, I have a little question about this Dr. Beast cartoon, because obviously I can't voice the female characters, but I have done in the past, you know, for humor's sake. Like I did the mother and daughter and stuff in the first Dr. Beast, and the woman going something like, she says like, look, it's a bird or it's a plane. I can't remember what the line is, but I did her as well. And there's a woman doing a scream in this. There's a couple of female lines, and I've done them. I don't know if it's funny. I feel it may be funnier if they're done by actual women, because like one of them is a scream, and I feel like an actual female scream could be funnier there. Like it's more kind of dramatic. It just hits different, you know, when it's a real woman, not a guy going, ah! Like it's not very dramatic. And part of the comedy is in it actually having a semi-dramatic kind of vibe to it, because, you know, Dr. Bees has turned up and he's spraying bees everywhere, and it's sort of funny that he's ruining everyone's day. So I may actually talk to a voice actress that I know about that particular line. I can't just grab it from, you know, a sound effects website, 'cause it's like a specific scream as bees are going down her throat, and then she ends up choking on the bees. So it's like a real specific scream that turns into a choke. So I got to find someone that can, you know, do that for me. Hey, Peterson Cartoonimations, thank you for dropping by. Hello, Harry Ashfield as well. Thank you guys for coming by, appreciate it. The Bad Cow Bunch, hey, Bad Cow Bunch. Yeah, thank you for complimenting my female voices there, Lisa. Yeah, I mean, I like voice acting, but sometimes you don't want to be doing every voice, or especially every female voice if you're a guy. A lot of people suggested that I should not have done that on the Avatar cartoon from years ago, but you know, I think it's funny. I like my Neytiri voice. Hello, Jake Sully. Soon you will become a man. Alright. I don't know, I feel like the shoulder should drop down, damn it. I wasn't going to have him do that, but I feel like... I feel like that's a bit better, I don't know. Yeah, I like the shoulders not going up too soon. Something like that, maybe? Yeah, okay, that's good. The brow kind of like scooping in there and sort of digging a little space for itself. I don't know how to describe it, but I know what I'm drawing. There we go. Boop, like that. All right, and that's going to be... I think that works, guys. I think that works. So... Lisa Nani says you did the Avatar voice. Yeah, I mean, basically, unless it's clearly a woman, I've voiced every character in my cartoons. Yeah. The only time really I've hired someone that wasn't female was like I had Hans Van Harken and Joshua Tomar help out on Saturday Morning Watchmen at the very beginning. The two characters, Ozzy and Bubastis, are talking. And they handled those two. And then I had Mick, Rice Pirate, do like a real manly yes at the end of one of the Skyrim cartoons. It was deliberate. I wanted it to sound like a guy, but coming out of a woman's body. Yeah, it's usually me. Hate to say that. Comic Trope says, Harry, tell us a story. How about your first time on a plane or a big trip? My first time on a big trip? My first time... You know, I mean, I have memories of being on a plane, like my first memories, but my first time on a plane I don't remember, because my first time on a plane was going to Los Angeles when I was a baby, basically. My dad was recording an album in Los Angeles, and we lived there for like a couple months, but I don't remember it because I was a baby. But then the next memory I have of going on a plane was going to Japan when I was 5, and I don't really have any cool memories, except for the fact that I loved it. I loved going on the plane. I would now shudder at the thought of going on a, what is it to Japan, like 12 hours or something from the UK? I have no idea, but it's not easy. It's going to be a long flight. When you're a kid, everything is bigger when you're a kid, unless you're a very, very big child. Everything is a lot bigger, and because my dad was going over again for work, music-related stuff, I think I'm right in saying this, we went business class, or like first class, which is the only time I've ever flown first class in my life. It was when I was 5 years old. So I remember basically getting this giant bucket to sit in, you know, like with the big dividers and stuff up. This would have been in 1993. And I got like a goodie bag, and I had a little TV and headphones that they kind of brought for us, and obviously they bring you food and snacks. But this is the terrible thing, this is the damaging thing about it. I thought that was what being on a plane was. Already you're 5 years old, so you're small, so everything is giant. So a big first class bucket to sit in is like an amazing, it's amazing as an adult, but as a kid, it's basically like having your own couch. I thought that's what being in a plane was. And the flight was enjoyable and comfortable the whole way, and you get off and hey, you're in Japan now, and you're a kid, so you just sleep the whole way. You're not stressed, you're not thinking about, imminent death, disease, taxes, old age, balding, whatever it is. Like you're just a kid, and you're in happy land. And I think I was like watching cartoons and stuff on the little TV there. Anyway, I jump forward nearly 2 years. The time after that I was on a plane was going to New York. When I went there to my stepmom is from New York, and so we took a vacation there when I was a kid. Only once. I've only been to New York once, but that was going to sort of like stay at her mother's apartment. Anyway, I was on the plane going to New York, and I was 7. And that time we went like coach. We went like normal, human beings. We went the coach class, and it sucked. And I remember thinking, this isn't what a plane's like. Where's the giant bucket the size of a living room that you sit in? Where's the hat that they bring you? They gave us a hat, like a little baseball cap. Where is the screen? Now I know now it's like normal to have a screen in the back of your chair when you fly, but this would have been 95. This is the next time I went. Suddenly not a TV in your little thing anymore because you're in coach. So the only TV is like at the front of the plane or the front of the cabin or whatever that everyone has to look at. And you can't make out, 3/4 of the damn screen. And I remember just being so disappointed, like, I thought planes were awesome, but no, planes are not very good. That is the story of being an entitled little rich 5-year-old, I guess, that over time, my life experience caught up with what is more kind of usual for people, because, that was the only business class flight I ever took. I was 5 years old. I wasn't experienced yet in the ways of the world. That's not really a story. I don't really have any good stories. I'm sorry, comic tropes about traveling for the first time. Lio Convoy in the chat. Hey, Lio Convoy. Thanks for coming by with the super chat as well. Stopping by to show support again. Hope all is well, Harry. Thank you very, very much. Everyone, if you're a fan of animation analysis and some sort of look at the drama and the behind the scenes, as well as some great critique on current animation and also some old animation from the 80s and 90s, check out Lio Convoy. He's great. Thank you very much, dude. I really appreciate it. Alright, so this is my middle position of Omnipotron changing expression. I got a little bit lost there in doing my airplane story, but anyway, here we are. Boop boop, like that. And I think that's going to basically get the job done, but I'll still, I want to do one more drawing to really keep Yap on the straight and narrow. Yap is great and hardworking, but I have a tendency to ask too much of people, and I really want to do a super, super, super laser accurate in-between, so that Yap doesn't have to ease into the final position with like a real hard micro in between. I'm not explaining it well, but I'll basically start doing it and you guys will see what I mean. So we go from the bottom position here up to the position in green, and I could just ask for 2 straight in-betweens to go in here and have Yap, say to Yap, you know, ease in. So like the first mouth would be about there, and then the next mouth would be sort of up there, and that would be, you know, you're easing your 2 frames, easing in. But I really want it to feel gentle on the ease into that final position. So I'm actually going to do 1 myself and then have Yap do another 2. So it will be actually 3 frames easing into that final position. And let me work this in, and you'll see what I mean when I say laser detail. It's going to be a little bit absurd. Something like this. We're going to go as close as the green line as we can without exactly tracing it. We really want it to feel like, you know what? Maybe I'll do 2 of these. Maybe I'll be really over the top. Anyway, I'm going to try and talk more while I'm doing that, because you guys are going to fall asleep otherwise. Comic Trope says that was great. Thanks, man. I don't think it was a particularly good story, but I have not, like I say, man, I've only ever flown economy since, and now I'm giant. Now I'm 3 Andre the Giants sellotaped together. I actually know I know the pains of flying economy all too well. Joel Mayer with the super chat. Thank you very much, Joel. Really appreciate it, dude. Joel says, keeping the tradition of dropping you a super chat. Keep it up. Can't wait to see the new beast. Man, me neither. I wanted to do an update video today for Patreon, but things got away from me a little bit and it was too late. I had to start the stream already. But yikes, this thing should have been done. It's going to be really good, I think, when it comes out. I think people are going to like it. It's a long cartoon. It's going to be easily as long as Trilby Dogtooth. It'll be 5 minutes, you know, and then probably another 30 seconds or so with credits. And there's no to be continued or any of that crap. It is a standalone animated story that has a beginning, middle, and end. And I think people will like it, but it's taken far too long to make. So there's that downside to it. So I watched Highlander last week. I got in a real Highlander mood. I'd actually only ever seen the first 20 minutes of the movie, and I knew that I wanted to watch the rest. And I loved it. It's a beautiful movie. Highlander's really, it's weird, but it's really great. It's a lot more romantic than I thought it would be. I thought it was just going to be kind of a cool fantasy action movie, but it has a lot of romance and kind of, you know, yearning in it. If you've never seen it, I don't want to give away too much, but watch Highlander. It's a beautiful film about a man that lives forever, and he is being hunted by another immortal, somebody else that lives forever, because there is one way to kill an immortal, and that's by cutting off their head. So he's being hunted by another immortal because you will receive a prize as an immortal if you are the last of all the immortals. And it's like a very, what do you call it, like a non-linear plot where we flash back and forward through time, because this guy's been alive for hundreds of years, and of course he's seen all of his loved ones grow old and die, and there's some really sad moments and some really sweet moments, and I loved it, man. And I don't want to watch the sequel because it looks like trash. It looks like they threw it all away and came up with some wacky plot where they're aliens or something in the sequel. And that's tragic to me, because the first one doesn't deal with anything to do with aliens. It's obviously supernatural, or I guess paranormal in origin, but they don't really go into it any more than that. And what a shame that they threw it all away on some cheesy alien plotline that contradicts the first film. Yeah, Comic Trope says the sequels are not any good. I saw the only one I've seen is the third one, but I saw it when I was a kid and I didn't know what was going on because I'd not seen the other ones. I'd kind of like to see that one again to see if I remember any scenes from it, but I don't remember anything other than Mario Van Peebles is in it. Gregor the Scot is our resident Scottish person, and he I don't know, Gregor, have you seen Highlander? If you've not, man, there's some dodgy Scottish accents going on in it. Ironically, the only Scotsman in the movie, Sean Connery, is playing an Egyptian. Everyone else, I think, is faking their Scottish accent. There's probably a few genuine Scottish people in the flashbacks, but they're not major characters because Heather, his love interest, and then Connor McLeod, neither of those actors are Scottish as far as I'm aware. He's French Canadian, Christopher Lambert, and then I forget the lady's name, but I think she's English. Lio Convoy says Highlander is a great concept and a fun movie, but the swordplay makes my soul hurt. Yeah, I know that Lio Convoy is a stickler for good swordplay, and accurate swordplay I think is what you like. I guess I don't have that reaction to it because I wouldn't know good swordplay if it came and cleaved my head off. I guess that would be at least effective swordplay if they removed my head. But yeah, I'm not as sort of much of a buff on that stuff. I can't actually think about... I mean, there are things that I know about, like I have some understanding of the process of animation. I guess if I saw a movie about animation that got it really wrong, and they had the animators, you know, holding the pencils in between their teeth and doing interpretive dances to create the in-betweens, I guess that would bother me. So when it's something that you're familiar with and you know a lot about, like my stepdad worked as a probation officer, and he worked in a prison, and I remember watching some films with him that would have, you know, a kind of an element of people being in prison, and he'd say like, oh, that's not right, or that wouldn't happen, and that always kind of bothered him. Like, he hates what is it, Shawshank Redemption, the whole thing, the whole twist at the end of Shawshank Redemption, how Mr. Dufresne tried to escape. Mr. Dufresne escapes in Shawshank Redemption by carving kind of a hole, a tunnel through the wall, and hiding it behind a poster. Spoiler alert if you've never seen Shawshank. And my stepdad did not believe that. He did not buy that for 1 second. He said that would be the first place they would have looked, and they would have not have let him put that poster up and hide a big chunk of wall. But still a good movie, still a good book. It is a book, right? Stephen King wrote it. Is it a book before a movie? Did he just write a screenplay? I don't know. Don't ask me these things. I have no idea. You'd enjoy it, Gregor. You should check it out. The first one is really good. A good, you know, maybe with your lady. If you ever want a kind of a cool couples movie that's also got some action and some romance in, and it is a little bit funny and a little bit quirky, you should give it a go because it's not bad. Mac29299 says, who's talking shit about French Canadians? Well, it wasn't me. I think I said that I believe the actor Christopher Lambert is French Canadian, but I don't think I was talking shit. Christopher Lambert is the shit. I love Christopher Lambert. He was Raiden in the Mortal Kombat movie. What's his line where he's like, the fate of millions is in your... That sounds like fucking Ren Hoek. The fate of millions is in your hands, Stimpy. Something like that. I can't remember what his line, but he's like, you know, the whole world is depending on you. And then he laughs, and then he apologizes, and it's very funny. You idiot! Okay, I don't do a very good Ren. Or a very good Stimpy. Stimpy is based on... Who's that actor from the Three Stooges? Larry Fine. I can't tell you spoke like that. Oh, hey, Mo. Oh, boy. That really hurts my head, Mo. What are you doing over there? That's not a good Larry Fine impression, nor a good Stimpy impression. But if you listen to Larry Fine talk from the Three Stooges, he sort of sounds like that, and it's kind of obvious where they got the Stimpy voice from. I mean, Billy West has even said that he was doing a Larry Fine impression to do the Stimpy voice. So that's not conjecture. It's cold, hard facts. Hey, Mo! Gregor the Scot says, another of my favorites is pretty meh throughout, but then the ending kicks ass. Is what? The ending of my favorite film, plot-wise, but the rest of the film 100% redeems it? Wait, what film are you talking about, Gregor? I'm lost, buddy. Hi, Circle. Thank you for coming by and listening to me meander through stories and anecdotes that don't go anywhere, do Z-grade level impressions and spoil films. That's basically what you're getting in for on this live stream while I painstakingly draw one more in between. Harry Ashfield says, anybody see the remake of it that they did? The remake of what, Harry Ashfield? I'm getting lost in the conversation here. I don't know what Greg is talking about. Don't know what Harry's talking about. John Mayer says, did you know Christopher Lambert has the bedroom eyes because he's really short-sighted? Yes, I did know that, John Mayer. Christopher Lambert, who plays Connor MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod in Highlander. He is almost blind and actually has a stunt person do a lot of his fight scenes, especially in sort of films he did as he was getting older. And he wears these blue-tinted glasses in a lot of interviews, not in movies, but in real life. And that's it's because he's nearly blind. So he's still pretty kick-ass in my book. I love Christopher Lambert. I have a movie that he did called Fortress that I've never seen, but I've heard it's pretty dope. So I'm going to check it out. Oh, Gregor says, my favorite film is Baby Driver. The point is saying that plot problems don't typically bother me if the rest of the film is a good time. Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't care. I mean, plot problems. I want to talk about a film that doesn't make any damn sense. It's Toy Story. One of the fucking greatest animated films of all time. I love Toy Story. But if Buzz Lightyear didn't think he was a toy, why did he pretend to be a toy when Andy's in the room? Always bothered me to some degree. I know it's stupid, but you know what I mean? He doesn't think he's a toy, yet he knows he goes into toy mode. Did they tell him that Andy's a giant alien, that he has to, you know, the decree of that planet is that when the leader is near you, you're not allowed to move or something? How did they get Buzz to go along with that? Obviously, it's a kid's cartoon. It's a crazy fantasy, so I shouldn't read into it too much. Someone's texting me here, and I want to see who is bothering me while I'm live streaming. My mom. Mom, go away. I'm live streaming. She's sending me. Oh God, she's sending me like these Donald Trump memes. Like, look at him. look at his hair fly off on a beach. Yeah, okay, Mom. Real like funny boomer memes, I suppose. I will get back to her later on. Hello, Delvy, or Delve. I don't know why I said Delvy. Delve is a word. Hi, Delve. Thank you for coming by. Inauspicious Gamer. Hello. And hello, FilesWe91. Inauspicious Gamer says, I like you too, by the way, Files. Inauspicious Gamer says he did it because the Space Rangers have told not to disturb the local fauna. I believe that, but, you know, that scene isn't in the movie. It's not like at any point Woody was like, you know, Buzz, by the way, you're not allowed, COVID regulations, you're not allowed to move on this planet. And also quadruple mask up, okay, Buzz. Yeah, I don't remember them ever like explaining stuff to him, which is fine. Again, like what we were saying is that a good movie makes up for a lot, and plot holes are really not a concern. A lot of the times, you know, you're just not going to have a movie if every plot hole is covered for. I forget what the explanation is why the Eagles can't take Gandalf to Mordor. I don't particularly care about it. You know, I still love the Lord of the Rings, but I forget if there is an explanation. I'm sure there is, but some Tolkien nerd has probably come up with an explanation for it. But that, you know, that is a plot hole. But did it bother me when I was a kid watching Lord of the Rings in the cinema? Nope. I actually had a lot of fun. The first time I saw Lord of the Rings, boy, it was 2001, and I think I was probably 13 when it came out. And it was the last day of school, I think, before the Christmas break. Yes, it was, because I remember that Christmas break I got really sick. And I couldn't even get out of my bed on Christmas Day. It was not good. But yeah, I remember that now. And so it was the last day of school before Christmas break, and I got into my stepdad's car, because normally I would walk to school with my neighbor Chris. And my stepdad was like, oh, you know what, guys? It's the last day before Christmas break. Why don't I drive you to school today? That never, ever happened. And it was really nice. I was like, oh, man, that's so great of you. Thank you. So really happy that I got driven to school because it's a cold day. I don't have to walk. Yada, yada, yada. Anyway, I get in the car. And I'm in my school uniform because over here in Britain you have to, or a lot of schools make you wear a uniform. So I'm dressed up in my stupid shirt and tie. And me and Chris are in the back of the car because he's taking Chris as well. We get halfway to school and he turns the car around and says, boys, you're not really going to school today. I've okayed it with Chris's mum. I'm taking you to the cinema. We're going to go watch Lord of the Rings. And it was like, whoa! You know, that triple whammy of, I don't have to walk to school. I don't have to go to school. Period. And I get to go and see this movie. I had no interest in fucking Lord of the Rings. I didn't know what it was. I knew he was excited for it. I thought it was some old man thing. He was talking about some book, and I was like, yeah, okay, great. You know, some book that he turned into a movie. I didn't care about the film at all. All I knew was I didn't have to go to school that day. Get to the cinema and go and watch Fellowship of the Ring. And of course, it's completely great. It's completely boss. Blew me away. Loved it to bits, and that was just, you know, the icing on the triple whammy cake. Because now I'm not even going to school. It's Christmas holidays, and I get to watch a really great movie. And I was 13. I was just starting to get too old for action figures, but fuck, when I saw those Lord of the Rings toys in the store by Toy Biz, I really wanted Aragorn. I'd never learned his name. I thought his name was Strider, and I really wanted, so I was like, I want Strider, but I didn't get him for Christmas. I got instead violently sick with, I don't know what it was, a flu or food poisoning or something. I was just vomiting all the time over Christmas. But actually a very nice time, because when you're really sick and you're a kid, sometimes people really take care of you and sort of baby you and stuff. So I actually didn't mind it too bad. Fun all around. My memories of watching Lord of the Rings for the first time and getting sick a couple days later. All right, what are people saying in the chat? Gregor the Scott says, was it the second Hobbit film which had the 10-minute barrel fight scene? Dude, I remember the barrel fight, but I dropped off after the second Hobbit. I didn't really like the first one, and the second one just depressed me. So I don't have any time for them Hobbit films. I never saw the third one. I'm not sure if I remember the person you're talking about, Files. Lisa Nanny's his based parents. Yeah, I don't know if it was he was based. I think he just really wanted to have somebody to go see Lord of the Rings with him because he knew that he wouldn't trap me any other way, because I didn't really want to go see it until I actually saw it, and then I loved it. And I remember my mom did have to like write, because if you took a day off school, you'd have to write a reason why, you know, and if it's legitimate, then your parent will just write a letter saying, like, you know, Harry was sick or Harry's legs fell off or whatever. But I remember my mom did not like, she didn't like having to lie. She was not as down with me having a day off school as I was. But by the end of my school time, man, I was a truant all the time. I wasn't a cool truant, smoking or anything like that. I was literally just staying home and playing video games, and then, you know, I'd go to school the next day, and the teacher would say, you know, where's your letter for being sick? And I'd say, oh yeah, I'll get my mum to write that. And then eventually, you know, after like a month or two of putting it off, school was up. So that was the end of school. I just basically stopped going. Same thing with university. I had no time for education. I was a bad student by the end of it. I was quite bright, I think. I was able to do a lot of the stuff they asked of me, as long as it wasn't homework. But I didn't want to spend time going to that place and doing all that crap. It's boring. It's boring. I want to make cartoons and play PlayStation and watch, you know, it's 2002. I want to go watch The Matrix Reloaded. I remember my mum took me to see, my mum was a sweetheart. I mean, she still is. She's still alive. My mum is a sweetheart, but she took me to see a lot of movies as a kid that she had no interest in. And I remember trying desperately to explain to her the plot of not only the first X-Men film, but the idea of X-Men as a whole on the drive to go take me to see X-Men 2. I was trying to say, you know, I was doing the whole thing like, Mum, this is a world of mutants, you know, once every 1,000 years, evolution takes a step forward. It's a world that hates and fears them, and blah, blah, blah. And Magneto is trying to, you know, he wants Homo Superior to rule over Homo sapiens. And she said, is this a gay movie that we're going to see? Is this a... No, she didn't say that. But yeah, I remember trying to explain to her the Homo Superior, Homo Sapien thing and what X-Men was all about. And bless her heart, she took me to see X-Men 2, which I enjoyed, save for the fact that the trailer that played before it was for Matrix Reloaded. And I was, talk about, man, 2002, yeah, I was like 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I think I turned 14 in 2002. I don't fucking remember. But I remember just thinking the trailer for Matrix Reloaded was the most exciting thing I'd ever seen. I couldn't wait for that movie. I couldn't have been the demographic for that frickin' film more. Possibly. There would be no way I could be a better demographic. I was like a 13-year-old boy. I liked video games. I liked anime. I liked extreme fight scenes with lots of CGI. And all I wanted to do was watch The Matrix Reloaded. So for the rest of X-Men 2, which is a great film, it's a really fun film, I was slightly distracted by just thinking of I want to see Keanu Reeves with a metal pole beat up 100,000 million agents. I could not wait. And then it came out and I watched it, and it's not as good as X-Men 2. It's fine. I don't hate The Matrix Reloaded, but it's probably not as good as X-Men 2. I think I've seen X-Men 2 more times than Matrix Reloaded. All right. I'm done nerding out now about 2002 movies. I might talk about Attack of the Clones later. I've been thinking about watching it again. But let me see what people are saying in the chat. Lisa says, I remember seeing The Matrix Reloaded in theaters with my mum. Hey, nice. She bought me and my sister matching leather jackets. Did you bullet time into the theater? Like diving to your seat, your popcorn going everywhere in slow-mo. Yeah, it was dope. Joel Mayer says, sucked in school because I did literally nothing, but I did okay in design college, but I'm the only one in the family that didn't go to university. Oh, buddy, don't beat yourself up over it. University is overrated. At least you don't have all the debt. That's not fun, paying off all the debt. Delve said, we don't want you to learn, but we're going to spend 30 hours a week pretending we do. Yeah. Yeah, I wish they taught kids differently. If I run the schools, that's, run is the, it's not the past, part of tense. So if I ran the schools, I wouldn't be teaching English. If I ran schools, I would teach kids differently. I'd try and teach them the hunger for knowledge, the hunger for learning, and not just, you can't teach a kid anything really all that important in the few hours that they have given, per subject in school. I try and teach them to pursue their own knowledge and their own interests in my futuristic school. And I think kids should be taught everyday practical things too, like what, income tax is and how to set up your utilities and buy a house. But they don't want people knowing that. They would rather kids are basically dumb drones. Sorry, getting a little bit too preachy now. You know it's true. Alright, so I'm gonna... I don't know. Do you guys think I should do one more in between? Now, I'm gonna do probably two... Let me see now. We're gonna have... one in between this position and this position. Oops, what happened there, Harry? So yeah, I'll do this one. Well, I've already done it. Yep, we'll do an in-between here and here. We'll definitely have... probably two drawings between here and here. And then I don't know if we need one more in between. That might be overkill. But I might do it. Should I just find an excuse to bullshit with you guys for another 20 minutes? Or should we call it a day? What do you think? What do you think? What do you guys think? Because I haven't really answered very many questions. I haven't received too many, I don't think. Maybe I have, but I've missed them. But I'm wondering if I should do one more in between or not. Roy Bucket says, I like the social aspect of college, but didn't learn a lot. Yeah, I'm the same. I mean, I went to university. I dropped out by the end of it, but I mean, everything that I took from it in terms of value was social. It was meeting people, living on my own for the first time, you know, making friends. I didn't learn diddly. Didn't learn Daisy Ridley. So there we have it. As the Sun Sleeps. Hey! Sorry I missed this. As the Sun Sleeps. Great band. You should check them out. I hope As the Sun Sleeps is still recording. I don't actually know if, given the events of last year and all the lockdown stuff, if you guys are still together. I know it's not a good landscape for bands at the moment, but As the Sun Sleeps says, what are you most looking forward to from the new Star Wars universe shows? Oh, God. I don't know if I'm going to watch them. I haven't watched any. I watched, like, clips of The Mandalorian. I'll tell you what, man. I didn't think very much of the deep fake Luke Skywalker stuff from the end of The Mandalorian. I watched the clip. I didn't really watch the episode. But I didn't think a lot of the deep fake. But if they do more of that, bringing characters back, if we have entire scenes with, you know, a young Luke Skywalker talking to, I don't know, Bib Fortuna, gonna bring Bib back. I guess that the Bib would die basically like probably a day after meeting Luke, so he wouldn't be brought back. I guess, who could they bring back? Who would I want to see? General Nadine, is that his name? Admiral Akbar. Admiral Akbar would be easy because he's an alien. I don't know, like young Lando stuff. They probably just get Donald Glover. That would be weird, wouldn't it, to see Donald Glover meet deep-faked Harrison Ford? I don't think I'd like that. Or I guess they would bring back, what's his name? The guy that played him in the movie, Alden Ehrenreich. Should have been Anthony Ingruber, my good friend Anthony Ingruber. If you want to check out the guy that should have played Han Solo in the young Han Solo movie, check out Anthony Ingruber on YouTube. He played the young Harrison Ford in Age of Adeline, and there's a good reason for that. He looks exactly like a young Harrison Ford. He's played a young Harrison Ford before. He should have gotten the role because he's a good actor. He's a great actor, in fact. Anyway, yeah, I think I'll need something special to pull me back in. Hey, Lio Convoy with the super chat. Thank you very much, Lio Convoy. Would you like to see a new Real Ghostbusters cartoon? Fuck yeah. That was my favorite cartoon when I was a little kid, was the Real Ghostbusters. And you know, the thing is, because it's a cartoon, they could do... Lorenzo Music, that voiced Peter Venkman, is no longer with us, but both Maurice LaMarche and Frank Welker do a very good Lorenzo Music impression, and Dave Coulier, who played Peter Venkman as well after they fired Lorenzo Music, could do it, but I don't think I would prefer him. I think I would prefer Maurice LaMarche to do it, but they could absolutely bring it back, and they're animated characters, so you know they don't have to age. They don't have to age him up. I'd love to see that. I'd actually really love to see an open world Ghostbusters game, and it could be real Ghostbusters, it could be the movie Ghostbusters. I don't mind, but I want to be able to drive the Ecto 1 around. You can get a mod in GTA 5 of the Ecto 1, but I don't have mods on the Xbox. I would love to drive around the Ecto 1 and, you know, do sort of little spawning missions where you run into houses and bust ghosts and get money, and then you can upgrade the Ecto 1 or whatever, upgrade your gear, go and buy Peking Duck for everyone, or upgrade the firehouse, whatever, you know, expand your storage back at the lab. I think that would be great, a big open world Ghostbusters game. I would play the heck out of that, but I don't think that's in the works. Maybe if the new movie is a big hit. I never found out where they fired Lorenzo Music. Lio Convoy, I believe I have an answer for you there. I believe it was Bill Murray did not like that the Peter Venkman on the cartoon had the same voice as the Garfield cartoon, because it was both voiced by Lorenzo Music. He didn't like that, and so he actually went to the producers of the Real Ghostbusters cartoon. Now, this may be not true, but this is what I've heard. He went to the producers of the Real Ghostbusters cartoon and asked them to change the voice. He said, I don't like that it sounds like Garfield, because Garfield was becoming this huge icon. There was always merchandise of Garfield. He thought it was weird that that's what Peter Venkman sounded like, and said, hey, can't you hire a guy that sounds more like me? So they went with Dave Coulier, who maybe sounded more like Bill Murray, but to me didn't have the comedic chops or the kind of the timing, the pathos, whatever, of Lorenzo Music, and so they fired Lorenzo Music, who then left, and they hired Dave Coulier. And I don't know why. Oh yeah, Buster Jones replaced Arsenio Hall, but Arsenio Hall was getting so famous with the Arsenio Hall show. That one makes more sense to me. Yeah, I could be geeky about the real Ghostbusters cartoon for a long old time, but I'm gonna hush up about that now. No one wants to hear that at all. Oh yeah, Comic Trope says they brought back Bib Fortuna. Yeah, I think I remember seeing that somewhere. I wasn't sure. Was it the guy who played him in the Phantom Menace? Because he's in that, right? But he doesn't. He's played by someone else. Yeah, maybe I saw that somewhere. I was reaching for a random alien, and my mind went to Bib Fortuna. It's very messy while eating fish. He needs a Bib Fortuna. Ha ha ha. Ha! All my great Star Wars jokes. Where do the Sand people keep their tax returns? In a single file to hide their numbers. Pretty good joke, pretty good Star Wars joke. Got plenty of those. Plenty of those that I've cooked up. Came up with a good joke the other day. Why did the man lean to one side? Because he was so inclined. Really good joke. Can't do anything with it, but you know, you're free to repeat it. The new Pee Wee Herman film. It's actually not that new. I think it's about 4 years old now. The last Pee Wee Herman film had a joke in it that stuck with me because it really made me laugh, and it said. It was like, did you hear about... Oh, man. Yeah, did you hear about corduroy pillows? That's my Pee-wee impression. It's terrible. Did you hear about corduroy pillows? They're making headlines! Really, really funny. I got a giant Pee-wee Herman doll for Christmas from my sister. She got me a big talking Pee-wee Herman doll. In fact, man, fuck, maybe I should show you. Maybe I should show you. You guys want to see... Hang on. You guys want to see Pee-wee Herman? Let me get that Pee Wee Herman doll. Oh boy! I'll turn on the little camera for you guys if you want, so you can see my big old fat head. Hang on now. Joel Mayer says, "Was that an Alec Guinness impression?" No, it's a Pee Wee impression. Oh, you're talking about earlier. Yeah, that was my. He was a Jedi Knight like your father before he turned to the dark side of the Force. That was my Alec Guinness impression, bro. Don't shit on it. Alright, let me, how do we do it? How do we do the video capture device? There we go. Hey everyone, check him out. This is my Pee Wee Herman doll I got for Christmas. I had one just like this. When they moved the fucking microphone. Yeah, I had one just like this when I was a kid, and he was my good buddy. I took his shirt off for some reason, or his jacket, so mine never ever had the jacket. I don't want to take this out of the box because it's ancient and it's probably a nicer display piece inside the box, but this was my Christmas present this year, and check it out. He has a pull string, and he says, pull the ring. Pull the ring to hear me talk. I can't do a Pee-wee impression. Pull the ring to hear me talk, which is not something that Pee-wee said, but it's something the doll is telling us to do. And check it out. Check out his extremely fantastic voice box. Oh, what was that, Pee-wee? Wow, it sounds just like Paul Rubens. He says I love you, but it's so sped up. I don't know what the hell happened to the voice box. It's been mangled. One more time, Pee-wee, baby. He loves me. It's my Pee Wee Herman doll, everyone. I don't know what happened to the voice box. It sounds like it's been run over by a truck. Isn't that a line from Toy Story when they're talking about Woody's thing? Yep, there he is. There's Pee Wee Herman, the disgraced former child entertainer Pee Wee Herman. I don't know if he did anything wrong, did he? Really? I've not looked into it. Anyway, I'm going to get back to finishing this in between and turn off the camera. But thank you for joining me on another episode of old kitsch 80s nostalgia that has not been treated kindly by the rigors of time. Bye-bye. Boop. And how do I turn off the camera? How do I turn it off? Video capture device? Yeah, there we go. Ian Lanning says, did you find it in the basement of the Alamo? Thank you very much, Ian, for coming by. No, it was a gift from my sister for Christmas. She knows I like Pee-wee, and I guess she probably remembered that I used to have one of those when I was a kid, when I was a nipper. All right. Yo, getting that shoulder drawn in there. I would call this a micro in-between. Not because it's drawn by Mike Rowe of the show Dirty Jobs, but because the distance between the two lines, or the two sets of drawings, it's so micro. It's like, it's like threading a needle through, well, I was going to say it's like threading through a needle. It's like threading a needle through a thread. It's that hard. It's even harder than putting a thread through a needle. And it's a real pain in the butt. It's a real pain in the butt. Will the Pee-wee doll tell us about crack cocaine? Asks Lyle Conway. Yeah, Pee-wee did do a crack PSA, didn't he?
This is crack. Crack cocaine.
Geranium says, Grandma Harry not knowing how to use technology he's used for literally years. Look, alright, I'm good at like 5 things. I'm good at micro in-betweens, playing with Pee-wee Herman dolls, eating, sleeping, and playing with let me think of someone worse than Pee-wee. I was going to say Ernest, but I like Ernest. I was going to say a different doll. Ed Grimley, playing with my Ed Grimley doll. Ed Grimley, like, if you somehow didn't feel like you deserved a Pee-wee doll, you'd maybe get an Ed Grimley doll. Anyone remember the world of Ed Grimley, starring Martin Short? Oh God, I've seen Ed Grimley sketches on YouTube. I can't tell you what the joke is. I don't really know what the joke is. He's just annoying. That's the character. He's like a guy that pulls his pants up really high and cackles and can't control the volume of his voice. That's about it. I like Ernest, man. Ernest Saves Christmas is like legitimately a sweet, good-natured film.
This is your brain of crack.
Hey, thank you for Gregor. Oh, wait, I thought Gregor was saying goodnight as in he was actually leaving. Fun fact, the actual audio of Pee-wee Herman moments before getting caught wanking in the porn theater. Gregor, don't sully my stream with your hearsay and your blue language. I don't know, man. Like, what are you supposed to do in a pornography theater? I wouldn't go to one, but it's also not 1972. Granted, it wasn't when he got arrested either, but, I didn't grow up in that generation of porno theaters. They must have been hit hard by lockdown, boy. The porno theater industry. I feel bad for those people running those establishments. Alright, we're going to be trying to wrap up this in between. This took way too long. I should have called it after the fourth drawing I did, or the third drawing I did. This is just insane, but it's nice to talk with you guys. So I do encourage you, if you want to ask anything or say anything and have me read it, I will try my best to see it. I'm not doing a very good job of that today, but I'll try. FunCube says it's like you almost can't see it. I don't know. Did you see the trailer for the Thomas the Tank Engine reboot? Asks Roy Bucket. Yeah, I did. There's a fella by the name of Tom who is on our Discord and a friend of the channel, and he is a Thomas the Tank Engine fan, and he actually already shared some images of the show and the new characters a couple of months ago or a couple of weeks back, so I'd actually already seen the characters. The thing that I don't find it surprising. It doesn't look good, but it also doesn't look worse than a lot of other stuff on TV. I can't say I really have a lot of love for Thomas the Tank Engine, so I'm not going to be offended by the new show. If it's a disappointment, it doesn't really bother me. But one thing that really stuck out to me is the I don't know what the word would be, the kind of ethnicization of some of the trains. And I'm all for them having, non-white voice actors and all that kind of representation and stuff. But it's like, does the black train need to have like an African pattern on it? Thomas doesn't have, a Union Jack on him. Thomas doesn't have the English flag, or it's just a weird thing to say these trains are specifically coded to be a certain type of person. I just think they're all trains. You have men, women, all different sorts of people voice them, sure. But it's just odd to me that they would go with like making, an Asian train or whatever. It just seems like a strange, super 2021 thing. And I would be a little bit, if I was more sensitive, I would be like offended by that. I'm not offended by it. I'm honestly just like, weird. That's a weird thing to do. It would be like, having, I was going to say doing it with Power Rangers. Power Rangers has kind of already done it. But yeah, to say, to create like a connection between sort of the person doing the voice and the sort of fantasy representation of the character. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is taking some time. Okay. That's looking alright. It was just really wanted to get that subtle end of the movement in there. And I could always give that to Yap, but Yap doesn't have a great big graphics tablet like I do. And sometimes I'm a firm believer in, if you're not willing to do it yourself, don't give it to somebody else to do. And I wanted to make sure that I did this part of the work because it's a little bit brutal. And it's made much easier and nicer by spending it talking to you guys. So... The Bad Cow Bunch says, have you ever tried any free 2D software? If so, did you like it? Free. I'm trying to think of what I've used that's free. I'm trying to remember. Tween Maker was software that I definitely downloaded, but I do think I had to pay for that. I just haven't used it in about 7 years. I'm just trying to remember software that I've not paid for. Basically, legally speaking, not paid for. It's not coming to mind. Blender is the best free 3D software I can think of. They used to specifically ask for 2D. So I'm going to say Bad Cow Bunch that I can't think of good free 2D animation software. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, by the way. Kakani is great and it's cheap. Look into Kakani, C-A-C-A-N-I. It's cheap. It ain't free, but it's certainly, I think, what is it, like $20 for a whole month? That's good. Toon Boom's about the same. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there that I think is fairly cheap. I don't think that $20 a month is a crazy investment to make. A lot of the time, and I'm not saying this is you, but a lot of the time people will say, oh, animation software is too expensive. What's a good free alternative? And these people are also buying a video game or two a month, and I'm thinking that can be upwards of $60. Why are you sweating so much of about $20 a month? But I'm not saying that's you, because I'm sure you've looked around and invested in software before, but I can't think of anything that I really, really recommend that isn't paid for on some level. Oh, Inauspicious Gamer is talking about Krita or Krita. I don't actually think I've used it before, but I've worked on a cartoon that used it. I did animation in Adobe Flash, which was cleaned up and colored by other people on, it was for OKKO. One of the shorts called Enid's Bad Day, I did some animation on. And that has, if look up Enid's Bad Day, OKKO, and it has really interesting colors and shading. It's like almost like a painting come to life. And that was, I believe, done in Krita. Or Krita, I don't know which one it is. But that was done that. And if that software is free, I did not know that. That's very interesting if that is free software. So that might be worth looking into, Bad Cow Bunch. Bad Cow Bunch to me sounds like a 90s cartoon. We're the Bad Cow Bunch. Yeah. We're gonna make you moo. The Bad Cow Bunch. I'm thinking like the Barnyard Commandos, if anyone remembers the Barnyard Commandos. Kind of a similar vibe to that. Bad Cow Bunch. Greg has said, Greg has thrown out Blender as a way to do 2D. Yeah, Bad Cow Bunch. Check out Blender's 2D stuff. I totally forgot about that because I'm stupid. But you should look into it, man. Blender has a lot to offer now in terms of 2D. Gregor is a big fan of that. Well, there you go. Inauspicious Gamer says Krita is 100% free. Oh, what do you get if you kiss a girl? You get enough germs to catch pneumonia. But then after that, she'll never phone ya. Ah, got me some COVID from a girl. Oh, I've got long COVID from a girl. Ooh. Is that a catchphrase? Pickup line. There we go. Is that a pickup line yet? Hey, baby. Heard you wanted the long COVID? Because I don't think it's a very good one. Don't use it. Lio Convoy with another super chat. Man, you've been too generous today, buddy. Really appreciate it. But seriously, I hope this is not costing you too much, pal. Lio Convoy says, I'm hoping to start learning more on how to animate for myself once my health is sorted. Oh, I didn't know you had health problems, friend. Sorry to hear that. Got a sub to Aaron Blaze's courses to learn. Yeah, Aaron Blaze, man, if you want to learn animation, Aaron Blaze is fantastic. He's a very talented guy. And Aaron Blaze is particularly fantastic at animal locomotion, animal movement, drawing animals. So if you want to learn, polar bears and tigers and dogs, animals basically. If you want to learn to animate animals, check out Aaron Blaze. He can draw animals and animate them, I think, better than anyone I can think of. I would not know of anyone that can do it better than him. He's great. Also, this goes without saying, I'm sure Leo Convoy knows this already, but the Animated Survival Kit, the book by Richard Williams, is the most indispensable resource for trying to learn animation that I could think of. It's a joy to read because it's mostly illustrations and his anecdotes, and it's funny, but I mean, it teaches you everything you need to know, man. It is just an amazing book. And there's a DVD course as well, but I've not seen the DVD course. I think it's kind of hard to get hold of. I can't vouch for it, but I can tell you that the book is amazing and sensational, and you should check it out. Alrighty. Hey, Beanlight's in the chat. Hey, Beanlight. Beanlight says, did you check out Ernie's 2D Blender tutorial? How was it? I did look at it, man. It was good. Yeah, it was good. It was like very approachable, straight to the point. I'd say that if you don't know how to animate, it doesn't teach you how to animate. It's not teaching you animation theory, which is not really what it advertised, so that's fine. It teaches you more about how to get started with drawing and coloring frames in Blender. So if that's all you want to learn how to do, it's a really, really good resource for that. And I like Gumroad too. I quite like their model. I think that if Patreon ever kicked me off or whatever, I'd probably just go with the Gumroad model of just literally just making stuff and putting it on Gumroad and letting people chuck a couple of bucks. I was thinking about this today, and this may be, you guys may disagree, but I have a feeling that animation, like the kind of thing I make, probably isn't going to be allowed in 10 years on YouTube. I think that censorship is sort of expanding, and I don't want to get too hot and heavy with this because it's a little bit political, but I have a feeling that places like YouTube are not going to want stuff like Starbarians and you know, kind of things that I make. Dr. Bees is quite harmless, but I could see Starbarians being more controversial. Stephen the Lesbian, maybe, that kind of thing wouldn't be allowed. And thank God for places like Newgrounds, because that's, you know, going to be a place I always upload my work, and I can see my work getting shared more on places like that if YouTube decides it's going to crack down. So far, they've been pretty good, I think, YouTube. Really, I know they have their faults, but they've actually been good. I just think that things are... the times, they are a-changing, and I just think that the next 10 years is going to be an interesting time for edgy content. My stuff's not that edgy. It's not the Flash skits, but it's like semi-edgy, so I don't know. I don't even think semi-edgy is going to be a safe bet forever. We'll see. I could be very, very wrong. Yeah, Lisa Nanny, I agree, man. Newgrounds is always going to be a home. It was my first home. It was the reason I started making animation, and I'm going to keep uploading there. So I'm not sweating it too much either way. I'll be fine if my YouTube channel goes away. I'll figure something out. But I don't know. I feel that there are kind of distant rumblings that things could change. We'll see.
The times, they are a-changin'.
Geranium Stairs, which is beyond stupid because a separate site, YouTube Kids, has existed for years. Yeah, I know, man. I don't think it's so much about children and adults, though. I think it's about, are you pushing certain buttons or not? I don't know. Like I say, I should probably not go down that path. I occasionally watch some pretty edgy people on YouTube, and they're still all here, so that's good. I think you should be able to, you know, share your ideas and let people respectfully watch it or ignore it. I don't like it when people decide that for us. Oh boy, drawing these shading separations are kind of a pain in the butt. But there we go. I think it's done. So, yeah, there we go. All right, so it's going to be something like this. It's a little smug. I don't know. I think that I'm going to move that mouth down a little bit. I think the cheeks blushing is really going to help. Big time. Yeah, alright. I'm good with that, guys. I am good with that. I think that may be it for today. We sometimes end the streams with a 10-minute challenge. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. I don't know if that would be entertaining or not. I don't know if I have the energy. But we could maybe wrap that up if anybody would like me to animate something very badly in 10 minutes. That's the challenge. I have to do something in 10 minutes only. That would be the challenge, and I would maybe give that a try. But I'd have to get some ideas. Yeah, Lisa Nanny says the blushing cheeks will humble them. Yeah, it will shut them up, right? That could be fun. Well, thank you very much, Gregor. Gregor says nicely done. Hey, Kimi Omega. I haven't said hello to you yet. Thank you for coming by, Kimi. Kaimi. And AJ Fusco? AJ says go for it. If you mean go for it. You know what, guys? I am going to do the 10-minute challenge. Fun Cubes is right. They're always fun. They come out looking like crap. Haha! They come out looking like crap because I'm sweating too much over the stress of doing it. But what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to go use the bathroom. I'll be back in a second. And if I see any good ideas for the 10-minute challenge, we will get to it, all right? So let me just save this. I haven't saved it yet. And we'll turn that off, and I'll set myself up a nice clean layer to do my work on. And we'll try and create some sort of little animation in 10 minutes when I get back. And I'll be back in 1 minute. See you then. I'm back, and we're going to do a 10-minute animation challenge where I'm going to animate something as well as I can in 10 minutes and trust you, trust me, trust you, me, that's what I meant to say. It's going to be rough, guys. There's no way around it. So there we go. Let me see. Do I have any ideas? Elisa, I did have a little bit of water. Thank you for reminding me. Hello, Darchon. I haven't said hello to you yet. Let me say, let me animate Pikachu doing a Thunderbolt or a stick figure fight. Yeah, a stick figure fight could be interesting. We could actually see how much gets done in 10 minutes. I don't really know how to draw Pikachu. I'd have to look at a reference for that. I think I could do that. Davy88 says Conan the Barbarian punching and Ninja Turtle kicking. These are all sounding a bit difficult. AJ says, want to say thank you for the laughter you've given me over the years. Hey, don't mention it, AJ. Appreciate it. Dude, does anyone want to reinforce anybody else's suggestions? Because if we get 2 votes or 3 votes for something, then that may actually help me make my mind up. Making my mind up. Kilgar smoking. Pikachu doing a Thunderbolt, suggested by Terranium. Dr. B's throwing bees. No, I've already had to animate that for the cartoon, buddy. The Bad Cow Bunch. Stick Barians. John Mayer, Stick Barians. You know what? We got one for the Thunderbolt there, alright? So I'm going to do the Thunderbolt, Pikachu Thunderbolt. And let me get some reference for what Pikachu looks like, because I don't know what he looks like. He's like a little electric mouse Pokemon. He's a little... Oh no, I typed in Pee-wee. Pee-wee-kachu. No, we're not drawing Pee-wee-kachu. Pikachu. There we go. I typed in Pee-wee. Got Pee-wee on the brain. Alright, I got my Pikachu reference up. Alright guys, it's 6:52. When it turns 6:53, I'm going to start animating. Okay, we have 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Oh, a bunch of people are suggesting stick fight. Haha! I got like 50. Oh my. Oh great. Oh, fuck. I don't know. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Terranium. We're not gonna go with the Pikachu. Too many people suggested stick fight. I'm just gonna go for it. When it turns 6:53, we're gonna start animating a stick fight. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, Terranium. No, I'm sorry, Fat Pikachu. Gregory, too late. Too late. Okay, we want to. Fuck, we need to open up the layer. Come on. I'll show you how this shit can get done. 10 minutes. Easy. Stick fight, no sweat. Why is... Okay, the layer I'm trying to draw onto cannot be like... There we go. There we go. Alright, 6:53. Okay. Alright. We got one guy. We got one guy here, and he's like that. And then we got another guy, he's over here like that. Okay, so what's gonna happen, huh? What's gonna happen? This guy is gonna be going... He's gonna go down like that, because you want to do action and anticipation. He's gonna come down, and then he's gonna go woof like this, okay, with a punch. This is the roughs, okay? This is the roughs. Okay, so both like that. So it's like down, then punch. And then as you know what, maybe we should just do straight ahead. It's gonna be less painful if I just start animating, because we don't want to go back and rough it all out. Okay, all right, here we go. Oh boy, that's not looking good. Let's turn that back up. All right, let's see how much we can get done in 10 minutes. Oh boy. Okay, that's guy number 1. Guy number 2. As you can tell, they're both very different personality types. One is an alpha, one is omega, one is from Sweden, one is from Yugoslavia. Okay, so the next frame, this guy's going to be going down, because he's going down before the punch like that. And he's got his arm coming up here, and he's going to be kind of curling a little fist. This guy is going to be mostly copy and pasted, because I don't have any time to do anything else. Like that. And then he's going to be going like whoosh, like that. So smack, like that. He's punching, so his body has changed kind of its shape now. He's like haha, and it's like smack, like that. Okay, so the guy's like, whoa shit, I got fucking punched, oh god, like that. Do they have feet, Stickman? I'm just gonna give him feet and hands, I think, on occasional frames. So this guy is now coming, oh hang on, do shoosh, like that, and now he is going to be kind of curling around. And his... oh boy. Okay. Oh, it's getting crazy. Alright, whack. And this guy's like, oh man, that friggin' hurt. I need to see one frame, I think, for it. So like that. And then this guy is going to be coming back down. He's coming back for another attack now, I think. I think he is going to be coming back for something a little bit more brutal, maybe. Maybe a kick or something. This is not... I don't think this is going to be good. Okay, so this guy's going to try and be like sort of maintaining his balance as he sort of finds his footing. He's going to be coming back up like so. He's going to be putting his foot down. Okay, this snot is getting knocked away. And he is getting ready for the mother of all kicks, like this. And his body is going to start to kind of coil up like a snake. Oh boy, 10 minutes. This is not, I don't know what kind of fight we're going to have in 10 minutes. Let's move it over here. So it's like, okay, here's a punch. I'm coming back now. Now I'm gonna kick ya. Haha. Okay. Whoa. He's really rooted to the ground here. Kick is coming. It's coming. This guy is continuing to sort of straighten up a little bit, and he is starting to stand. He's starting to stand now. Okay, and then this guy is like, shmoosh. Here's my big kick that I've been getting ready for many frames now. And this guy is like, oh shit, I'm gonna catch it. He's catching the kick, because if I just let him get kicked and punched around, it's not really much of a fight. There we go, something like that. Guys, I think this is completely incomprehensible. The circles are really badly drawn. Let's have them go up a little bit here. Kind of, he's like catching it and then pushing outward. Maybe the next frame is him kind of catching the kick. Yeah, this is so hard with like straight ahead. And he's sort of handling the kick here. He's got it. This guy's body is still going to be traveling up because he a big kick. Oh no, they're kissing here. I don't like that. No, that's not, I don't like it. It's not one of those kind of comments. I don't like that. It's just that's not what I really intended. So I'm going to have him sort of overlap a little bit more. He's kick, pushed away. Oh man, this is next to impossible. What can I do in got 5 minutes left. And kick the leg. has been pushed away. So that's what's happening here. Push! And he's like, oh no, my kick that I worked up all that energy for has been pushed away. And he's gonna come. And this guy is gonna be sort of settling down after he's overshot slightly. Maybe we should have him get pushed away further. Kick. Catch. Caught. Whoa! Like that. Now this is harder than it looks, actually. And it probably looks kind of hard. I don't know. Gonna have this guy land flat on his face, almost land flat on his face, but he's going to catch himself. This guy is going to sort of settle a little bit here, like he's just starting to maybe think about his next attack because he's pushed the guy away successfully. So he caught the kick, whoa, threw it away, and this guy is going to be tucking his head in. I cannot draw a circle to save my bacon. It's going to be bringing it like I want him like kicking his feet up. Damn, how are we going to do that? It's tough to like show it as a stick man. He's presenting his butt, and then this guy is going to start coming forward now. He's like, hey look you tried kicking me and I threw you away. Man, I'm done with you, buddy. So I am not happy about what you've been up to with your repeated kicking of people in the face. And he is going to get ready to... He's actually coiling up to do some sort of pounce here. Man alive. Man alive. 3 minutes left. He's coming over and then shoosh, whoosh, like this. This guy does big double foot kick. Smack like that, alright? Kaplowy like that, okay? Okay? Like that. How you like them apples? That's how we do it in the Bronx. This guy's like, oh gosh, I got kicked again, but this time I didn't catch it, my face caught it. Does that sort of make sense? Like that, like he's springing off the guy. And then obviously he's like landing on him. And he's like that. This guy's, oh man, I'm getting lost with what is an arm and what is a leg. But this dude has just been like planted basically on the floor. Let's move over here. It's a big old mess of lines, Harry. Doesn't mean anything to anybody. Oh boy. And then he's like, hey. Hey you. And the body is maybe starting to fall back down. Don't know, I'm not watching anything back, and it's really weird to do that in animation and never watch anything or see how you're actually doing and how it's going. And then this guy is going to be crunching down just a little bit more. Oh boy, we've got 1 minute left. And like that. Oh boy, the body's falling. And then he is shooting off again. Where's them legs? Like that. Maybe like that. Maybe the body. Maybe he's doing this with the body. Pow. Boom. Okay, and we're out of time. We're out of time, but you kind of get the idea, right? It's like that. Club Powie Kazamo. He's fucking this guy is like, oh great, That sucked. All right, there we go. There it is. Okay, that's my... I know we're done. I know, guys. I know. There we go. So how many frames was that mess? We're at 21 to 3 frames. Okay, 23 frames. So we're going to export it, and we're going to open it up in Flash, and we're going to take a look at this mess. Everyone, I'm going to time it out, and we're going to take a look at this mess. I'll be right back. Give me 10 seconds. Okay, all right, thank you for my 10 seconds. What we're gonna do actually is probably gonna try and copy and paste everything into I don't know, into some sort of graphic so I can move it around, and then we'll time it out and watch it back. I just prefer doing this in Flash to Toon Boom. Like I say, I've not migrated fully over to Toon Boom yet. So let's take a look. So they're going to be starting off like that, and then it's coming down. Pow. Coming back here for the kick. I kind of wish I'd moved him a little bit further away, but that's tough, man. You can't get a whole lot done in 10 minutes, really. I guess it's okay, but... So there we go. I think we've got about 2 seconds, really, of fight done in 10 minutes. And it's extremely rough. Obviously, it's not cleaned up. There's no planning. Things probably need to be reanimated, I'm sure. We've got an ugly line there in the middle of the screen, unfortunately, but it's going to look something like this. That's it. Okay, so it's punch, kick, catch. So it's punch, kick, throw, kick, jump. Punch, kick, throw, kick, jump. There you go. See now, if I had an hour, I guess we could do what, like 10 seconds of that, maybe? Unlikely I would be working at that speed and that intensity. But not too terrible, right? For 10 minutes, guys. I guess if I had a couple hours, it'd be easy to do like a 20-minute fight scene. I mean, those stickman artists, they got the right idea. Certainly you can make a lot of content that way, but I just like my characters to have facial features, you know. I kind of like my guys to have, you know, hair and muscles and dangly bits and pokey bits and all that kind of good stuff. But you know, there's a lot you can do. I mean, I do actually have let me see, do I still have... Oh boy, let me open this on another screen. Hang on. Let me see where we're going here. I do have some fight animation. I mean, I have lots of things that I've started animating that I'll probably never finish. A lot of the time it is fight animation because it's so fun and easy to animate fight animation, but only when you're doing it as a rough. If you then try to animate it, you know, with all the characters fully fleshed out, colored, shaded, all that kind of stuff, you know, it's yeah, Terranium. I'll do the Pikachu thing next time. I will I'll do that next time. Yeah, if you actually try to animate all of it, it can become and clean it up and finish it, it can become next to impossible. But I think this was something I was playing with a little while ago, and it's kind of fun. Again, imagine an onslaught of guys running towards Kilgar here. We've got him with his sword, cutting someone in half, so imagine someone here, and then shrink, cutting someone else in half, imagine someone else there, kicking someone, imagine that like third guy gets kicked. As he's falling, he does like a spin kick, so imagine maybe someone gets caught here. Maybe this was the third guy who got cut in half, gets trapped under Kilgar's legs. This Kilgar kind of tackles him with just his legs, and then he brings the sword around and cuts a fourth or fifth person in half, And then he does this sort of skipping through the meadows kind of pose here. And then he punches a guy down. I don't remember doing that. And then he brings the sword up, cuts another guy. Okay, obviously that's it. That's only, it's like what? It's literally 1.9 seconds. But it could be kind of fun if you would imagine the 6 guys running at him. It's pretty cool, right? Pretty pokey. Yeah! And there'd be fucking blood spraying everywhere, bits of brain and fucking body parts and laser guns that fire as they fall to the ground because the arm they were held in got cut off, and now it's like, you know, spasmodically pulling the trigger as the disembodied limb goes flying away. Anyway, you get the idea. Hey, Davy88 knows I'm hiding the porn. Yes, damn straight I'm gonna hide it. So there we go. You get the idea. There's Kilgar fighting an army of invisible enemies, and I'm sure they'll stay invisible. That way I can finish the cartoon. And here's our little Swedish Yugoslavian stickman fight. It was over in 2 seconds, but animated in 10 minutes. So there you go, guys. Hope you had fun today on the live stream. I'll be back again. Subscribe if you probably have subscribed. I don't know why I'm telling you to subscribe. I didn't tweet this out today. But I'll be back, and we'll see each other again sometime soon. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for being here and being part of today's stream. Have a great day wherever you are in the world. You all take care, and thanks again to our super chatters. I really appreciate the support. Take care, everyone. I'll see you soon. You take care. Goodbye now.